Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Week 2 NFL predictions. Week 1 was a little so-so. I thought that Green Bay could hang in with Seattle. Boy, was I wrong on that one. And I hit the Broncos game right on the nose. And I was wrong on New England. That was a shocker to me, actually. Surprised that Miami did the way they did. So, without further ado, this week, Week 2, the Broncos take on the Kansas City Chiefs at home, favored by 13.5 points. I know Kansas City had a good year last year. They played well defensively. Alex Smith had a decent year. He struggled a little bit down the stretch. The Broncos manhandled them one of the games in Denver. And even though they still don't have Wes Welker, I expect Manning to have a good day against the Chiefs. And it was a little too close for comfort at the end of the game last week against the Colts. But we know, at least in my opinion, the Colts are a very good team. Andrew Luck is a fantastic quarterback. He's going to be in the breath with Brady, Manning, Breeze, and Rodgers at some point. He's very close to those guys right now. And then throw Russell Wilson in there as well. I don't think Kansas City is going to be able to stop the Broncos receivers. Julius Thomas had a wonderful game last week. Demaryius Thomas was a little silent. I expect him to bounce back and play better. Emmanuel Sanders did okay. I'm not a big fan of Caldwell. I think he's shaky. It'll help when Welker comes back, but hopefully he's healthy. I'm very concerned about his concussions. I think Denver's going to beat Kansas City this week 34-16. Sticking also in the AFC West, Seattle Seahawks go to San Diego and are favored by 5.5 at the Chargers. Last week, the Seahawks were wonderful. I mean, they blew Green Bay out. Very good team at home. I know they're usually not the same on the road, but San Diego, that was awful at the end of the game against Arizona. What another choke job. Teams blow 10-point leads like nothing. They did it last year, the first game of the year, actually, against the Colts. I thought they blew against Houston. They blew a 3-touchdown lead. Terrible. They covered the spread, which was great for me in the pool, but I'm not impressed. I think Seattle beats them 27-13. I think Rivers is going to get harassed all day. And that Seattle team's the best team in the NFL. And whoever disagrees with me, I don't think's been watching the games. Couple of the other games, too, stay within the AFC West. Oakland is taking on Houston. Houston's favored by 2.5. Oakland started a rookie quarterback for the first time in their history since the merger in 1970. I don't know about in the AFL. Derek Carr, he was okay against the Jets, but not great. Houston's defense was wonderful with J.J. Watt harassing RG3. What a really poor day. I think Houston will beat Oakland 24-21. Oakland will play okay at home, but Houston's got a better defense. Going over to the team that I picked to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC, the Colts. I know their defense struggled last week against the Broncos, but a nice comeback from 24 points down to make that game close. I'm a real, like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of Andrew Luck. They're playing a very good Philadelphia team who made a nice comeback against Jacksonville when they were down by 17-0. They didn't quit, at least. I like Indianapolis, though, to win at home, say 30-21. I think Philly will play decent, but Indy will pull away at the end. And another game, the Chicago Bears are facing San Francisco and Frisco on the Sunday night game. Chicago's getting 6.5. Chicago suffered a bad loss at home to the Buffalo Bills, where they kind of just blew it. Cutler threw a really awful interception that set up some points, and they lost in overtime. Fred Jackson made a nice run to set up the final touchdown. I like Chicago to cover in this game. San Francisco, with the Cowboys, moved on them. Even though Frisco scored 2 easy touchdowns early, one a defensive score, and the other one was a defensive play that set them up from inside the 5, I think. And San Fran won 28-17 over Dallas. I think Chicago's going to hang in there. San Francisco's ultimately going to win the game, but it's going to be like 27-23. I think San Francisco's defense has some injuries, and they have some suspensions. Smith is out for up to 6 games. McDonald's out. Possible domestic abuse, which is horrible after this Ray Rice situation. All I want to say is it was blotched and awful to even see any of that the NFL will cover up. And I was talking about today being September 11th, that not enough remembrance on some of these stations. They kept beating the Ray Rice story to death. It's horrible. Talk about the great in this country, the heroes that saved people on 9/11 13 years ago today. Still sad day thinking about what happened. What a scary sight that was to live through that for all of us that were around on that day. My heart goes out to all those families, really. All right, getting back to the games now. Dallas is getting 4.5 at Tennessee. No, Tennessee played a wonderful game against the Chiefs last week. They look really good. Dallas didn't look good against San Francisco, but they were able to move the ball and score some points eventually. I think Dallas is going to play a good game in this game. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they're going to hang tight against Tennessee. Tennessee beats them 23-21. Dallas will hang in there. Ultimately, Tennessee will win the game, so Dallas will get the cover for you. Another AFC East game, Miami travels to Buffalo. It's a pick'em. Miami looked really, really good against the Patriots last week. Running the ball, Knowshon Moreno, old friend of the Broncos. Being a Bronco fan, I still like the guy. I think he's a good player. Buffalo played well in Chicago, like I said earlier, but I think Miami's a better team. I like the pass rush with Cameron Wake. I think Tannehill's better, going to his third season, developing. I'm going to pick Miami to beat Buffalo 27-17. Oh, and the last one is tonight's game. The Ravens are favored by 2.5 against Pittsburgh. I know everybody thinks it's a huge distraction for the Ravens because everything that's happened with Ray Rice, him getting released and everything swirling around that team. But you know what? Sometimes these make you stronger, and they're going to circle around the wagons, and I think Pittsburgh is going to struggle against the Ravens. They played terrible against Cleveland in the second half last week, blowing a 27-3 lead and having to scramble to win 30-27. I am picking the Ravens to win tonight, 24-19. All right, thank you very much for watching the picks. I hope you like them and have a good rest of the day and weekend. Take care.